So I got a story time, and this is something that's been on my mind pretty much since it happened. So this is the story about the time my teacher turned into a reptilian. So this happened when I was in elementary school. I was pretty much, I was a very non-conforming type of kid. I had a God complex as a kid, and I did not conform to none of the school teachings. Like, I would reject it, and I would pretty much debate with my teachers with everything. So one day I was debating with my teacher, and she was teaching us about the 7 continents, and I had a fit. I'm just like, no, it's not 7 continents, it's more, you're lying, this and that. And that would just go on. It would go on. Every time she would teach, I would debate her. So one day, another teacher come in. We're gonna call her Miss L. Miss L would come in, and she would take a few students from the class who needed special help, and she would read with us one-on-one and stuff like that. She was a very, very sweet lady. Her energy was so warm. She was so nice. She was a sweetheart. So one day Miss L was reading to us, and we were reading with her, like we were all reading along. And out of nowhere, she just got up, and she was like, you guys continue reading. So we continued reading. She got up and she went on like the other side of the class, and on the other side of the class, it was like a tall drawer with files in it. I don't know if y'all remember that from school. Like, it'd be like tall drawers and this mini drawers with different files in it like that. So she went on the side of that. And the way my desk was made, I could kind of look over, and I could look through the crack, like, and take a peek. So I didn't care. I had no shame. I was a kid. I was looking at her, and as I was looking at her, I saw her face, her body, everything about her was just changing. Like she was malfunctioning or something. Like she was malfunctioning. And I'm looking at her like she looked like a lizard was what came through my mind. So I'm like, the hell, basically. So then she caught me looking at her, y'all. She caught me looking at her. And when she caught me looking at her, it was just like we locked eyes, and she was just looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I did not look away. I was really trying to make sense of what was I seeing. Okay, so like for part 2.
They got the same skin as the lizards got, okay? And terrible looking faces. But then they have the ability to shift and look like a human. All of them do.
Y'all check this shit out. Look what I found. Look at your boy fingers. Look at your boy fingers. Yo, that's a lizard. That is a reptilian being, alright? And they're among us. They're everywhere. All in Hollywood, all in Georgia, all in Arizona, just all the fucking states, all in different countries. You got them in the Asians called the Dracos, the Draconians. You get what I'm saying? They're in Russia. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Look at him lifting up his hands. What the fuck are you doing out there? What the fuck is you doing out there? His hands don't glitch back to humans because you know why? Human fingers, because they cannot walk among us. I don't know if y'all ever played that game Among Us. This what the fuck this is. That game Among Us is what the fuck this is right here today. Do you understand me? Fucking aliens, fucking people from other fucking planes of existence. Different ponds. Alright? Gotta remember, Earth is not a ball. Earth is a pond on a flat plane that's encased in a dome.
Hey, that's that same thing that happened to Chris Brownhand when he was trying to dunk the basketball, right? Y'all remember that clip, right?
Chris Brown can shapeshift. You will understand by the end of this video. You be the judge.
Chris Brown, he believes in UFOs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you think you ever been abducted?
Hell nah.
You think you ever seen anything that looked different? Why do you believe?
Because I'm an alien.
Why?
Because I'm an alien.
Explain.
I can't
Do
explain.
do you feel like, and I don't mean, you know, sometimes people think alien with the eyes and outer space and all that stuff, but you really feel like you're not of this planet?
I don't know. No, I'm an alien.
Well, you know what?
Extraterrestrial.
Fuck it, I'm an alien too.
For sure.
There it is. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Give me some of that alien work. And you've never been abducted, but you're an alien. Have you abducted anyone else? Is there an alien game that you can spit to us? Is there alien language that you know? Okay, all right. Well, it's obvious you don't want to share any
Yeah,
of
you
that.
feel me? I got it, you know.
All
Top
righty.
secret shit.
Chris Brown was not joking. He said he was an alien 5 times. How much more proof do we need in the next clip you'll see? Let's zoom in. Look at these fingers. They are growing right in front of our eyes. Notice that it's not a human hand any longer, and it's spread to cover almost the entire basketball. Notice how his face also begins to shapeshift. Does that look like Chris Brown to you? His left arm is smaller and doesn't look green like his right arm. And finally, take one last look at his hand shapeshifting. One last time. It's clear and evident that Chris Brown knows how to shapeshift. Please, can someone explain this? Do y'all think Chris Brown is an extraterrestrial? You, be the judge.
In Minnesota, when he just so happened to stumble upon something very bizarre.
Oh boy. What, Well, that ain't good. Don't know who's running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
An empty train car is seen fully operating and driving on its own, with nobody on board. Baffled at what he just witnessed, he ends up continuing his drive, but after sharing his footage on social media, somebody couldn't help but point out what he missed. Take a look.
Who's running that, but... I mean, yeah, okay.
Please tell me I'm not the only one who saw that.
This thing. Right here. What the f*** is that?
A creepy pale figure can be seen on all fours with its head sticking out through the gap at the very back of the train. This left many viewers completely frightened as they wondered just what this thing could possibly be. Let me know your thoughts and theories down below.
at that. All that energy right there. That beautiful aura. That's crazy, man.
I love you like miss your grandma.
I don't know. I've been face down in a ditch for 2 hours. I was trying to save your buddy, okay? I don't think there's much left I have to prove. Okay, well, if you could come back, that'd be nice. Okay, I don't know where this thing is or when it's gonna.
So I took pigeon DNA and spliced it together with parrot DNA in our home laboratory. We fertilized eggs and put them in their incubators for many weeks until they began to hatch. And when they were born, we created the parrot pigeon. They look like pigeons, but are colorful like parrots. We let them go in some of the surrounding cities to see how they interacted with the other pigeons, and they fit in perfectly. We kept one of them for our own and let the rest go back into the cities where they belong. Thanks. This experiment started off by taking DNA from my pet owl and splicing it together with DNA from one of my pet parrots. I took their samples to my laboratory where I spliced them together and fertilized eggs, and after a few months, they were born. These are the world's first half parrot, half owl. I call them pals. They're extremely friendly creatures, and they're beautiful. I made about 700 of them and let many of them go back into the wild. What kind of animals would you like? This experiment started off by taking DNA from our pet seal and splicing it together with DNA from our pet cat in our home laboratory. After splicing eggs, it only took about 2 months for them to hatch. We bottle fed these amazing new creatures until they were old enough to eat on their own. What you are looking at is the world's first half cat. My second attempt of trying.
So what this thing gonna look like, y'all? Guess Gus cut the music right here because it was a copyright. But oh, that's wild.
As the kids say, yeet. Okay, right into the room. Right into the room. Right into the room here. Okay. It's the same pen. It's the same pen. Let's try this again. Let's do it one more time. See what happens. And yeet. What the fuck?
Oh.
What the fuck? Dude. Dude.
There are only 6 solar systems out of the whole Snake Nebula in the system of the Pleiades, Orion, that are bad or negative. And the United States had to choose one of their little moon individuals to make an agreement with. Once you make a pact with the devil, or pact with life forms, you're bound to work it out best you can. And nobody else is going to touch it. The United States invited a cancer and stated, since the cancer was very honest, and stated, we will give you the technology you want, and that's why you're finding technology speeding up so fast now in both the Soviet Union and the United States. But we want your life. We want your life force. We want your people. And that's when people begin to be abducted by aliens with the government's knowledge, begin to be put into research laboratories down in Dulce, New Mexico, and that's one of the worst places right now on Earth, and begin to invade what is called the Pentagon and other places on Earth and begin to take over, clone, implant the world's leaders, especially those that have signed an agreement with them because they said, which the United States government didn't know, that was their privilege, because that's the way they live, off of other energy creatures in the universe. That is their existence. That's why they're great. They turn kind of a greenish color when they're full and fed. The old witches of the 15th century, the hook-nosed witches, are simply their ancestors, which were called the hook-nosed race.
Message.
So in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein. You did it. I didn't. You did it. Please welcome Sandra Bullock.
Wow.
In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show. A superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long.
Yo!